Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge podcast, episode number 228. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, and also check out the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Without any further ado, let's get shit started with episode number 228. Soars, Savory Sauce, Untitled Rant, Recuperation, Crawling Through. Crawling Through. What are you drinking, son? Modelo. Been feeling under the weather today, and I feel the acts of debauchery can kind of help me balance out. And so, yeah, it's another untitled rant. Yep, I wasn't scripting. And goddamn it, kids, I am fucking dying right now. And I know a lot. I know there's a lot of people who will never agree with smoking weed, but it honestly helps me balance out. Thankfully, combining debauchery kind of stabilizes my shit. Yet I know the collateral damage tomorrow is going to be pretty substantial. Spent most of the day just fucking watching hockey and taking a fat nap, which is a whole fucking thing. And I gotta tell you right now, man, I told you good folks on the last episode that we were going to have episode 227.5 talking about all the hockey games. That's not happening. We're just going to talk about hockey and all sports bullshit in episode 221 tomorrow on Sunday. And boy, oh boy. You would think that whole venture in June for 30 and 30, for Jesus Christ, I can't even get the goddamn name right. 30 for 30 and 30 would kind of alter my perspective on, being punctual with scripting and, diverse with my topics. Yet, here we are, kids, with another untitled rant where I'm going to steer the direction of the conversation any which way I can, because combining these two things could be a spiraling abyss of insanity for some. But like I said, for me, I mean, it just feels like a balancing act. One cures me with its effervescence and bitterness. The other lifts me up with its smoky aura and goodness. Is that a fucking thing? Sounds like you're talking about a brisket. Yeah, probably. Probably that. Briskets are fucking amazing, though. I feel bad for, like, full-on vegans who never will eat meat, whether by choice or by force. And yeah, dude, I'm not gonna get into the fucking ethics and morality of eating animals, but animals are delicious. Like, animals are fucking delicious. I know. There's that group of people, the vegans who, and PETA, who will go out of their way to lambast people who eat meat. But dude, meat's delicious. Have you ever heard of a thing called bacon? Oh, typical male liking bacon. Bacon is one of those flavors that you can't ever replicate. Like the natural flavor of bacon, it's insane. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, kids. Like, I mean, you know, Farmer John's, bacon might be fake, but things goddamn delicious going down. It's curious because I actually haven't had bacon for a good month or so now, but I have a pack at home. And the whole thing is I'm just lazy to cook bacon, and it's all fucking greasy, gets everywhere. But what I miss is the Las Vegas buffets, man. Especially in the morning. Breakfast, majority of Las Vegas casinos do have unlimited bacon. And you can just grab a hold of that shit and eat however many you want. But, obviously Kung Flu really just fucked up self-serving places. Buffets all over Vegas. And the little fucking known place called Sweet Tomatoes, which bums me the fuck out every time I think about it. It's a salad buffet place. And I'll tell you what, man. The salad's great. The ingredients were great. This handmade soup was phenomenal. And dessert, bread, they had it all. They had it all. You had Kung Flu, the Chinese virus. Kick that shit to the curb. That pisses me off. Every day I'm reminded of Sweet Tomatoes being gone because I have a 15% coupon that was set to expire on July 31st, 2020. Never used it because the restaurant closed nationwide, which sucks. But in an age of chaos, anything can happen. Anything can happen. You guys are catching up with this whole TikTok situation right now? Look how President Trump is trying to make that shit illegal because of Chinese spyware. And he's giving the company like 40 days to sell their shit. Is it sell their shit or like divest off of Chinese interests? Excuse me that I burped there, but the goddamn Modelo's feeling and so bubbly. And Trump's got to be feeling bubbly after just kind of, dumping out his chest that fucking nation's like, can't fuck with me. And, you already know anti-Trump people are going to get on this shit. Oh, it's a violation of, free speech. You're literally shielding China, the Communist Party that wants to steal your fucking data, your information via your phone. But sure, yeah. Keep telling yourself that shit, that Trump's the enemy. Keep telling yourself that shit. It'll never end, will it? Even if all the documents come out, even if there are indictments of actual criminals, you stupid motherfuckers are going to keep saying Trump is the enemy. He's not. He's not, kids. It's wild to think that I would sit here and say this after the 2016 election, but if you do some goddamn research, children, you will realize that the real enemy are the people that are making you feel bad and virtue signaling to kneel and blast this great country. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, Portland's in like 70 plus days of rioting. Okay? And these asshole journalists are calling the events in Portland protesting. When you have terrorists breaking fucking windows, destroying property, terrorizing people who live in the neighborhood, that's a fucking problem. Yet you're going to call these fuckers protesters? Get the fuck out of here, man. Portland is such a fucking shithole right now. And every dipshit politician who is defending this shit need to fuck off right now. You need to fuck off right now. You're a fucking joke. Everybody in Portland is just, in terms of politics, it's just a fucking crack addict. You have to be to allow this shit to happen. And to think, police and military involvement to quell the situation is, I mean, it's supposed to be something to remedy, the community and the situation, but you fuckers make it worse. You twist the narrative because you control the goddamn media, and every fucking time, every step of the way, I look at this shit and think, oh my god, these blind motherfuckers, look at these blind sheep just following what the fucking news and shit is saying. Fucking stupid. I expect nothing less. I expect nothing less, man. The stupidity of mankind is infinite. Portland is only a small fraction of what the human potential for stupid is. Yet, you'll sit there and defend the shit. Because you've been conditioned to become so anti-Trump that you will defend literal communism. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy to me. I'm telling you, man, I tried for weeks to stay off of fucking politics, social issues, current events. But all that shit came careening back. And I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate talking about garbage politics, but at the same time, it is an ever-revolving wheel of lunacy that when you get interested and start hanging on to that fucking wheel, I mean, it just keeps going around and around and around and around and around, and you get caught up in it. You totally do. I mean, nowadays, I'm just kind of reading, what's going on around the world, seeing numbers again. And it's that scene in Call of Duty Black Ops, the story, where you get asked, Mason, what are the numbers? Mason, numbers. What do the numbers mean, Mason? Mason. That's what happens in my head a lot now. What do the numbers mean? What does this all mean? Well, well. If you want to go into that fucking space, yeah, we can talk conspiracy all day. We absolutely can. But I always pose this question. I mean, is it a conspiracy if there's paper trails? Or do you just say the word conspiracy theory to make yourself, be able to sleep at night? Because the reality of this world is fucking horrifying. The truth of what actually happens around this country. It's eye-opening. It'll keep you up at night. But people will play ignorance. People would rather play ignorance because they know the truth can kill them. The truth isn't, an ally or a friend. It's a tool. And that tool can burn you if you don't know how to handle it. I mean, some people go insane. Some people just can't process shit and lose their goddamn minds. Yet, if you are an evolved human, if you want to, better yourself and better the world, I mean, you have to embrace truths and use it, within your advantage and put it amongst your arsenal. And it's so fucking crazy to me that so much is being unveiled to the world right now that this perspective opening chain of events is, in my mind, leading to the inevitable. Leading to the inevitable that Trump is going to win 2020 in a landslide. Because there's no goddamn way you are going to vote for Biden / Rice. Not Kamala Harris, but Rice. I don't even know the goddamn first name. I don't really give a shit. Because the Democrats are going to fucking lose. The Democrats are going to lose. Why do I know that? Don't you realize it's the same fucking thing that happened in 2016? The polls said Hillary was going to dominate Donald Trump. Memes of Donald Trump is just popping off left and right. The media can't stop talking about Donald Trump. Dude, it's happening again. And this time around, because the Democrats are going kind of haywire with their Destroy America plan and making it way too blatant and obvious, people are seeing this shit. Normal people, the silent majority, is seeing this shit in real time and realizing, oh my God, we can't let these fucking psychopaths take our country. And people who don't even like Trump will begrudgingly vote for Trump. People like me, who have kind of turned a leaf in that talk of, Donald Trump in politics, will support Trump all the way. I will. I know that. Until the day, some concrete, undeniable evidence happens of some kind of vile nature within him. But until that day, I'm on Team America, man. I'm all about making this country great. And that happens when people start realizing that Trump isn't, their enemy. He's about trying to get this country up and running. Trying to make everybody elevate. We're stuck in this conditioned mindset that Trump is against us. Trump is a racist, yada, yada, yada. Well, track records, history, receipts will all show Trump is the good guy. He's fighting for the side of good. And there is a clear good and evil, kids. There is. The people who abuse their power versus the people who use their power to help people. Trump's on the latter side. People like Pelosi, Biden, Clinton, Obama, Bush, all those fuckers, they're on the former. They don't care about you. Biden doesn't give a shit about you. People keep trying to interpret what Biden is saying. But that dude's brain is all fucking muddled up now at this point. You can't just try to hide that shit. He can't hide his own truths anymore. His old segregating ass fucking racist bitch ass is spilling all the shit that he probably used to say all the time. Yet you're going to defend him. Oh, you conditioned sheep are just a delight to talk about. That's what happens when I drink. I get way too serious, especially when I'm just rambling about politics. And It sounds off more of a veiled threat than anything else, but listen, I always say this. No rape, murder, or crime. And I never condone violence. I don't. I don't fight. I've never been in a fight, nor do I want to be in a fight. But people don't know how to relinquish their ego, right? We call them out on some political shit. Some people will act on violence. I mean, like we talked about with Portland, that is exactly what is happening. No real basis in logic. It's just all emotions. And you are literally destroying your city and making citizens hate living there. No, yeah, I understand. I mean, there are some communists who love the fact that their world is completely breaking apart. But regular ass people who just want to live their lives day to day, probably pissed. They're looking at that situation thinking, dude, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you to try to dictate my life? This ain't right. This isn't it, chief. Just find it odd, you know. I just find it odd. I mean, this whole irony of talking about freedom and choice when you're on the side that literally censors things and tries to erase history and be just prone to unbelievable levels of recency bias. I mean, good lord, folks. It's like everyone forgot how to read. I mean, I wish I could feel sorry, but at the same time, it's like, oh my god, can we all just wake up for a second? No? Fine. And again, this has to be an untitled rant. You know why? It's me drinking and fucking smoking and talking just in formless words again. And why is this another untitled rant? Well, truth be told, I don't want to lose that streak of putting a podcast episode out every day. And that's just kind of a personal thing. And so it comes in a form of just, you know, diarrhea diatribe. But the way shit's going around the world right now, it's just free material. It really is. I mean, the current events, you know, politics. I mean, everything that's being in the fucking, you know, circulation right now, it's free material. So tonight we're gonna allow ourselves an entitled rant. I think Monday I'm gonna go ahead and just put on a full fucking politically driven episode here. That's the thought process. But god damn it, man. Ultimately, I need to sleep a little more. That's what I'm realizing throughout this whole ordeal. I just gotta sleep a little more. Because on the next episode of the Sky Lounge, we're gonna do some sports ball, coming up with some updates and predictions. It's gonna be some good shit. All right, motherfuckers. I appreciate you dropping by this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, and also check out the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Until next time, fuck off.